Formula One kicking off properly in 2026, and the action has not stopped on the Inside Line F1 podcast. We've been talking about a lot of things, decoding the batteries, the overtake mode, the boost mode, the straight line mode, talking about our observations from testing and what the different teams and drivers will face as their challenges. In fact, so many fun stories on the Pits to Podium episodes too, where we talk about the feature content in the world of Formula One and all the exciting broader stories that you don't see on the track. But today is going to be largely about what we can and will see on the track because we're going bold predictions mode. And we'll have to do that, Kunal. Bold prediction mode is our standard mode, let's say. Or what are we calling it? X mode? Y mode? Straight mode? Or like what mode is this?
This is bold predictions mode. Let's just leave it at that. I think our predictions are bolder than bold given that they go elsewhere. But Soumil, I'm actually disappointed already. The first start of the season, and it's been disappointing because I almost thought you're going to pull that trick. The five red lights illuminate, and we are go. And then you count five, four, and then you hear the engines revving, and you're like, wait a minute, the lights have gone, but that doesn't necessarily mean the drivers will go. Somebody's hit
Exactly.
anti-stall. Who
Oh
is that?
no. Ah, double waved yellows. Nico Alkenberg is told. I don't know, man. And you
We will for once not know if the mistake in the start was Lando Norris or the McLaren
come
or the
on.
start procedure.
So you're saying nobody's ever going to challenge Valtteri Bottas's perfect start in Austria? Like nobody's ever gonna come close. If Formula
No,
One, if Formula One continues to lose its own character and go down the battery route, nobody is ever gonna come close to Valtteri Bottas.
that's a brilliant take, Somil. And I'm so disappointed about that because the start is supposed to be the most simple, most fun part of Formula One. And what do I
You
mean
just
by
let
that?
it clutch and
We
go. Like,
yeah,
why do
yeah,
you need to
yeah.
spin on the turbo for so long?
And it should just be about reaction times and where you place your car because so many times like we've seen, I mean, Max Verstappen, just the way he would place his car, and now it's about how do you place the revs on your turbo, and will that
No, one more thing, Kunal. Formula One is now all about who's got a small turbo. Remember in the old days, it was about I've got the bigger engine, I've got the bigger turbo. Now people are happy because Ferrari have the smallest turbo of them all. Hey, size matters.
supposedly
Like we're
yeah,
not we're
yeah.
not size shaming. You can have any size of turbo you want. All turbos are great. It's just how you use them and how you match your revs and how you manage the compression and what's the compression process called, Kunal? It's the suck, the bang, the squeeze. That's what Sam Collins was talking about on F1 TV just when I was watching his episode a few hours ago. But we're not gonna size shame anyone, but we are gonna applaud Ferrari for having a small turbo because they looked good at the start.
Just at the start, or did they look good through all of preseason
They
testing?
were
And
dancing. Their wings were dancing. Like,
yeah,
what's
backflipping, doing gymnastics at 300 kilometers per hour. Over
gymnastics or
three.
Macarena? What are we calling it?
What do you want to call it?
Fred called it Macarena. I like Macarena.
I like gymnastics. I love our original word, Sommel. Do not forget. Flappy
Flappy
wings.
wings.
This is literally flapping all the way around. And I actually had a comment from someone on our YouTube page, which is where we get a lot of people. Alok Ghosh actually wrote in saying about the regulation change, and we'll get to that. But has Ferrari given away their trade secrets early? Hmm.
Ferrari giving away secrets.
Yeah, because they had that exhaust wing on the diffuser. They've had a lower diffuser bodywork all within the regulations. That happened on day one of the second test. Day two of the second test was this back flipping rear wing. And then day three, Leclerc just went half a second quicker than everyone else in qualifying mode. Are they genuinely that quick? Or have they given away too much? Or are they trying to mislead the opposition, saying, we'll just put that back flipping wing so you all waste time trying to see where it goes? Because that's what James Vowell said, right? Either people have considered it and binned it or not considered it yet. And he said, maybe this is in that line of not considered it yet. And I'm
Or,
talking about that back flipping rear wing.
or maybe Ferrari are doing this just to make their money off selling hopium, as they do at the start of every single year. I mean, hopium is a top tier thing to sell. It can sell T-shirts, it can sell jackets, tickets. It can get people to come to your shakedown and cut a tree because they can't see your car. So Ferrari are great at selling hopium. We we're the stupid people, aren't we, Kunal? We keep on buying into the Ferrari hype every single year. Wait, before we get into other stuff, very quickly, time to subscribe to the Inside Line F1 podcast. I know you haven't done that. If you have, thank you. But if you haven't, which a majority of you end up doing on YouTube, I don't know why. I don't know why people like that. But just subscribe, do your thing. But we should actually get to the rankings for all the teams because that's what we promised. And we were going to Ferrari, had to yank us back out because inevitably another shot of hopium might have been consumed on this show. But let's go bottoms up. Let's start from P11 to P1. In 3-2-1, Kunal, we have got to reveal our P11 team for the whole season. I'm not saying Melbourne, I'm saying the whole season immediately. What do you say?
Well, okay. So did you just say P1 or P11?
P11,
Okay,
the
let's go.
last. In three. Okay, P11 2026 F1 bold prediction. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Cadillac.
Cadillac.
Great. Great. Is there any, like, okay, we've got a comment in the chat. We shall firstly address that.
Sarika's
So
here.
you
Hello.
saying size does? Oh, yes, it does. Yes, it does, Sarika. Of course it does. It's just how wisely you use it as well. Lewis Hamilton apparently was great at that. He he used this smaller equipment to great use at the beginning and had a great power up at the start. But no, do we want to go to Ferrari now, or do we want to get to why we're not seeing Aston Martin as the 11th team now?
Yes, I think let's do why we're not doing Aston Martin as 11th team. What's your take?
They'll get better, surely. Like, surely Aston Martin are going to get better. Like, it.
Are you hoping or are you saying it? Or are you looking at me for confirmation? Oh, I don't know. No,
Like,
I'll
it's perfect, right? It's like the perfect story. Everyone always tells you, like, get the right ingredients and you'll cook the best cake. Clearly, that's not happening so far. Like,
so far. Yes, that's my feeling as well. Aston Martin will definitely need more races, many more races in 2026 to get the 2026 season started. Will it end the way it seems like it ended after preseason testing? No. Will they recover? Yes. Honda traditionally has always had a slow start, and then they've been the class of the field, as we saw with Red Bull and Honda all these years. So they will recover. This is an Adrian Newey designed car. It does look different, does seem quick. They just need to extract more horsepower. Honda needs to prepare more spare parts. But the only downside of this, Soumil, is that I really hope we don't see this as the last season of Fernando Alonso. Because what if he just says, yet another GP2 engine anyway that's come, but also a GP2 car that's come my way? Maybe this is a sign from the heavens that I need to stop racing in Formula One.
come on, no, Fernando, don't do that. Don't be like that. Don't. My recommendation to Fernando Alonso, if he's thinking that way, is let your instinct drive you. Stop thinking, please. We need you on the grid. We need you until forever. But I'm just thinking about it. You're right. It's yet another GP2 engine for Fernando Alonso, yet another slow car. And right now, their biggest problem is finishing a race distance. For all these years, it used to be Lance Stroll crashing or just not performing to his limit because there was another teammate who'd beat the life out of him in qualifying and then naturally score more points during the races. But now the issue is even completing a race distance. Some troubles.
And guess what? That's where Cadillac will actually beat them in the first half of the season.
Exactly.
Cadillac will be seconds behind everyone, laps behind everyone, but they will at least finish races. In the case of Aston Martin, it almost seems likely that they will not. We've got Prince, we've got Boone Films all writing in. We will address those comments. What we are trying to do, guys, is rank the teams from P11 to P1. P11, Soumil and I have picked Cadillac, and now we are answering why it won't be Aston Martin. But Soumil, will Aston Martin then be P10 is the question.
No.
I think yes.
Okay. So let's go this way. Do we want to split this up into groups? Because for the interest of time, we've got to wrap this
Yeah.
episode up in the next 12 minutes. So, listen, we've done 10 minutes talking about one team. So that tells you how things goes. Uh, let's do this. Let's start with our bottom group. Are you
Lower midfield. Let's do that.
the bottom? Yeah,
Okay.
lower midfield is a very, it's like premium economy. It's just it doesn't.
Bottom grid teams in Formula
Yeah.
One 2026. Cadillac P11, P10. What's your take?
Uh, I'm putting Williams. I'm not too sure. Overweight car is a tough thing to come back from. It just depends. The Mercedes power unit might be very good, and we might see them come up. But as of now, I'm putting Williams in P10. As of
Wow.
now, from what I
I
see today.
I'm putting Aston Martin in P10, right? And very
Especially now that I
interesting.
think about it, man. Like, it's such a stupid comment of me to
But I'll,
make. Like, like two great drivers in Williams. Aston Martin only has one great. They're even struggling to finish. I'm sure at some point, Kunal, Aston Martin will just come good and they'll just score a fifth or a sixth place in one race and then totally overshadow whatever Cadillac has done. So I don't fear Aston Martin finishing P11. But you're right. I think probably P10 is a more fair thing, no, for them.
yeah. Prince is saying it could also be Alpine. Well, we never know. Prince, there's an Hindi F1 show. That's what Prince does. We'd love to know more about it, Prince. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah. Two Hindi F1 commentators on the fan code feed. You will hear us this season. I think so. Right, Soumil?
Yeah,
And
I think so too. You let's keep thinking.
yeah. But I'll tell you another thing why Williams is not my P10 is because yes, overweight car, but it's like if shedding weight is what will make them quicker, shedding weight is easier. It's like I'd rather have a heavier car, which is the reason why I'm slower, than be a light car, which is anyway slower. So if it's about because if you remember 2022 when the old regulations came in, all cars were overweight, and then they worked on composite structures and different materials to reduce their weight as well. So that brings us to a clash on P10. Who is P9 for you?
Uh Let me just double down on what I said, even though I don't fully believe it immediately after I said it. I think P9 Williams, P10 Aston Martin, P11 Cadillac.
Okay, I'm gonna
Oh
go
no,
with
actually, no. Sorry. I regret it now. Uh, Williams are going to be much higher, guys. Let's not forget the driver is a very important component this year, and Williams have got two amazing drivers. So I need to remind myself not to value testing too much. I'm saying Alpine. I'm saying Alpine. I
so
don't.
your P9 is Alpine.
Yes, P9 Alpine, P10 Aston Martin, P11 Cadillac. God, why am I taking it so seriously?
Yeah. Okay. Very interesting point from Prince again saying among the debutants, Audi will do better than Cadillac because Cadillac's drivers are out of touch. Wow. That's a good point, right? Because Perez and Bottas
Hmm.
have both been out for a season, right? And I would go with P9. Very interesting. I think it's going to be Audi P9, right? P10 is going to be Aston Martin, and P11 is going to be Cadillac for me. And the reason I put Audi there is they are for the first time building a power unit by themselves, no reference, no benchmark. Yes, the legendary Audi brand, but also Audi is very proudly saying for the first time in many, many years is an F1 engine being built in Germany. And they were very, pointedly saying that the Mercedes engine is actually built in the UK. So it's not in Germany, right?
The comedy of this situation because in MotoGP, Ducati, which is owned by the same group as Audi, are being accused by Aprilia of not really building as an Italian team. They call them the German team, not the Italian team. So the irony of it, Kunal, that at one place they're accusing, the other place they're getting accused. The same group.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
We're getting lots of comments coming in. We will pick it when we get to those teams. But what's your opinion on Williams? I somehow believe that they will show good performance this year, which means Williams is in that midfield pack, and that midfield pack will be between Williams, Haas, Racing Bulls, and Alpine. We picked the bottom three out, right? Where do you see that ranking coming in?
I see it in split groups. Your bottom group is probably going to be Aston Martin, Cadillac. I'd say then you see a group of people. If I'm saying nine Williams, I'm going eight Audi or seven. or 8. I'm not too sure because I'm not too sure where to place Racing Bulls. It's been a weird test for them, honestly. It's just very hard to decipher where they are. Hell, here we go. 7 Racing Bulls because I like Arvid Lindblad. 6 and 5. Uh,
Gets tougher.
gets tougher. Haas or Alpine?
So where did you put
Oh,
Williams again?
oh God. I'm messing this up, am I not? Ah,
Okay, while you,
no, no,
while
no, no,
you,
no.
okay,
So
go for it.
11 Cadillac, 10 Aston Martin, 9 Alpine over the season. Gosh. 8 Audi, 7 Racing Bulls, 6 Williams, 5 Haas. This does not make any sense to me. I can't- my logical brain is trying to hammer
Ha-
at me.
Gazoo Racing Haas is beating Williams Mercedes, is beating Alpine Mercedes. Is that what you're saying?
Yes,
Wow, very good. So
you have
I
been
picked
beaten by the gritty Haas, if you know, you know. But
11 for me is Cadillac, 10 is Aston Martin, 9. Who did I pick for 9? I can't even remember anymore.
Alpine,
No,
Williams,
I took Audi there. I
you took
put Audi there.
Audi.
So I took the slowest three in my head. I would go P8 with Racing Bulls. I would go P7 with Alpine, P6 with Haas. Williams will find their way to be P5 Sommel. They will. That's
They
pretty much
will.
what's happening. Prince again is close. He's saying Williams 6, Aston Martin and Audi 8.
Hey, Aston
Uh,
Martin 8 is a brave, bold call.
yeah, that's
That's
interesting,
as
right?
brave as the rear suspension unit on the Aston Martin, which is
Yeah.
brave as hell. It's like this is the tire and this is where the suspension ends. I don't know how he's managed to pull it off, but it's
But guys, keep sending in your comments. We are still doing the midfield and the lower midfield or the bottom grid teams, as Sommel says, because clearly we are afraid to call the top four teams, given just how much head scratching Sommel's been doing. But
I
why don't we get to
know.
it? Why don't we get to
Yeah.
it? We've done P5 to P11. Let's get to the top
God,
four. Who's
this is where
fastest, Sommel? Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. Make it
I'm
easy.
let's go 4-3-2-1 for more drama.
Okay.
We can reveal our cards. Okay. 2026 Formula One top four. We're doing our bold predictions before the season begins. P4, who are you picking, Kunal?
Red Bull Racing.
No. With Max. Are you
With
saying are you saying
with
constructors standings
yes, constructors
or the
standings.
proverbial the fastest car? Like whatever we
Yeah.
like to use. Like,
Yeah, I think it's going to be Max Wish. It's going to be Red Bull Racing P4 through the season.
oh no, don't say that.
It's going to be very close, but Red Bull Racing is my fourth. What's your take?
I was thinking McLaren, but now that you say it, it kind of makes sense. Being like the only, or rather, the leading team of a power unit that's new and still will take time to develop. Like it's mighty impressive what they've achieved, but they still got to back it up and keep building. So, and let's not forget they've gone through a lot of structural changes in the team as well, like behind the scenes, the aero department and everything. I think one driver will be in the championship fight, but they might be P4. You're right, Kunal. I'm saying Red Bull Racing P4 too.
Wow. Okay, who is P3 for you then?
McLaren. I'm going
Ah,
McLaren third.
I'm going Ferrari is going to be third.
No, what?
Yes. They can do all their
You're buying the opium,
gymnastics.
Kunal. Why?
Yeah. Oh,
Opium is good. We should have some of it. You can. Are you trying to lower your expectations on Ferrari so that it doesn't?
no,
It's more
I
ecstatic when they win.
I just get this feeling they have given away more than their rivals did. That's my feeling. Will they be quick? Yes. I also think it's going to be very, very close between Ferrari. Remember, Ferrari stopped testing 5 out of the last 10 years and they never won that season's titles, right? So my guess, my gut feeling, and look at it, Lewis Hamilton getting a new race engineer. That's going to be a temporary race engineer. Brian Bossie is going to continue with Leclerc. Will there, even if it's the fastest car, do they have the package to extract the most optimal performance and hence the best results race after race? That's my main question, Samuel. So I will go with Ferrari third. Who's second for
My
you?
God, I was going Ferrari second.
Okay.
I just bought into it. I looked at that one race start of Behrman and Lewis Hamilton, and I bought into it. I was like, "This is the team. They're gonna be back." can you help me? Like, can you blame me? It's my heart is just what it is. I was saying Ferrari second because they've showcased the ability and the willingness to innovate. I think their package looks solid. I think it's become more solid, at least on track. Over the days of testing have gone on, but Melbourne is Melbourne. We'll find out. But that means, Kunal, are we in unison or are we in agreement about who the champion team is going to be?
Well, wait,
Because you're
we've
not
not done
putting
number
Mercedes
two.
second, are you? You're not putting Mercedes second.
No,
Clearly,
I'm not
after
putting Mercedes second. No. So Mercedes is first by default, then McLaren becomes second.
yes,
Okay. So
yes, I agree with you. Do you guys agree? Firstly, we should because this is exactly what Prince F1 in these shows also put out. Mercedes P1, McLaren P2. I agree. I agree. So this means we're at a crossroads where we have to choose our world champion because we've said that Mercedes are going to be our constructors champions, but you never know. Could be Lewis, is it? Because one of our friends in the comments, I remember him putting this amazing comment. It's Persive. Like, I don't want to be delusional, but there's an astrologer and he predicted that Hamilton will win his eighth world title. So, if yes, do you think any chances of that are happening? Are you with the astrologer, Kunal? Are you saying Lewis for world champion this year?
I don't think it's going to be Lewis for world champion. And I'll tell you why. Lewis's issues stem with what's on the pit wall. And with all that Aura farming they did last year in the preseason, I was surprised that they had not figured that dynamics between the cockpit and the pit wall. Now he's got a new race engineer. Lewis is saying he's finding these cars more fun to drive, more on the edge. But we have to remember Lewis is also a very fantastic PR machinery for brand Lewis Hamilton, also for brand Ferrari, and also for Formula One. He's feeling the best ever. And I really hope he's in the battle for it. But if we are going to be delusional that with a temporary race engineer who may or may not become permanent, he's suddenly going to be, he's suddenly going to win the world championship this year, then that Ferrari better be a rocket ship. Then the pace we saw on day 3 of testing better be their pace every single time they are on track.
So, you see the difference between the logical Ferrari fan and the heartthrob? Like, this is whatever I said had no logic or reason behind it. Whatever Kunal said is very, very valid, but you can still sense the pain inside. It's we're all Ferrari fans, aren't we, Kunal?
Yeah,
Like,
deep down inside, we're all Ferrari fans. But
so
now
we'll have
I'm
to put
gonna
a yeah,
go on.
go ahead.
I'm going to put you on the spot. Do you
Okay.
remember your P11? I mean, P1 to P11. Why don't you
Yes.
repeat it as it is? Let's go.
Okay, F1 2026 constructors standings prediction. A very important word. P11 Cadillac, P10 Aston Martin, P9 I'm going Alpine, P8 I'm going Racing Bulls now. I've changed it again. I know. P7 Audi because God, I love Audi. That's not the reason behind. P6 is going to be, in my opinion, Williams. P5 the gritty Haas, the GR Haas. P4 Red Bull Racing. P3 McLaren. P2 Ferrari. P1 George Russell and Mercedes. He is my world champion.
Soumil
So,
Arora is saying we're going to
are
have a
we
new world champion, and
yes,
that's going
we
to be
are.
George Russell. Fantastic. I'd
Are we
love to
not?
see that.
Are we being too predictable, Kunal? Because like I see people on Instagram and on Twitter talking about like Lewis being world champion, or Shah's having his chance this year, or Max coming in. But I've been convinced since last year George is going to be this year's world champion. Have you been too?
Yes, I would say so. But I'll tell you what. Okay, first I'm going to repeat my P11 to P1. Let's see if I remember it just the way I predicted it, right? So my P11 is Cadillac, P10 is Aston Martin, P8 is Audi. That's my bottom three. Then comes Racing Bulls, then comes Alpine. I would say P6 is Williams. P6 was Haas. P5
Us.
is Williams. P4 was Red Bull, P3 was Ferrari, P2 was McLaren, and P1 is Mercedes. And I get a feeling Andrea Kimi Antonelli is going to be the world champion
Oh,
this season. And if I can go completely left field, it could well be Charles Leclerc as well. He was one of the top 3 drivers last season. And
pick
if that
one.
Ferrari,
Pick one. In the last 2 minutes, you've said George, Kimi, and Charles.
I'm
Pick
even going to
one.
add Oscar Piastri to it if
Oh
that.
God. Which means Max Verstappen is going to be world champion. If there's too many people in the fight, you know it's going to be Maxi's winning it.
Yeah.
Oh
But we've
God.
got a compliment saying Prince is saying having so much fun. You guys should do these streams regularly. I would love to watch you guys having discussions on F1 every
Thank
weekend.
you,
We
man.
actually have that, Prince. We have a preview and a review that's a live stream one. You're welcome to subscribe. Hit the bell notification. So every time we go live, we pretty much will see there. And Rishabh Thakur is saying they have managed weight, which most are struggling with. I presume he's talking about Ferrari. But yes, every team will be learning best areas to save their weight as the regulations process. But did we miss out on anything else, Soumil? I'm just going to go through the comments before we jump to the next key question. Perciv is saying, can we expect Hindi commentary on MotoGP? Because MotoGP, no offense, is more fun and unpredictable than Formula One.
I have a few people to dial up on my phone book tomorrow who would not mind this idea. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
Let's gather a community. Hell, let's make more MotoGP content and in Hindi. Let's let the world know that we do have an active audience and it is worth putting stuff out for us. And I will guarantee you, and I will work my hardest to make sure there is something for all of us on TV. That's what I can do. You need to do your part now. Let's work together. Let's make this happen. Come on, it'll be fun. Uh,
There,
Prince has a
there,
comment.
there's also one interesting point, and just you're going to work hard to make sure Hindi MotoGP happens. There was also a comment about how will Cadillac get better as the season progresses, and do you think they'll improve with more races under the belt? Obviously, they will. Most definitely, they will. At the moment, they have such a massive pace deficit that they will be the ones making the biggest strides when it comes to performance and lap times this season. But we should on that, get to what Rishabh Thakur is saying, which is about the Budh circuit news. What Rishabh is asking
Yes.
is, will Formula One actually come back to India now that the government of India has made a statement? Karan Adani himself has made a statement that he is personally involved, he's personally engaged with Formula One to bring the race back. When is the earliest we can have the race? Is the question. Very good question, Rishabh. I wish we all had an answer, but what is your official take, Somal?
Uh, it's beautiful. To get Formula One back in India, we need the right people involved more than anything. The circuit, I hear a lot of people talking trash about the Budh International Circuit. Screw you guys. Like, do you not like the sport or what? Do you want the sport to die in India? Do you want to just double down on our negatives and just make yourself feel like king of the news and you know everything? There's so many people. Like, guys, a circuit is fine. Put some money, it'll be solved. It's a problem that money can solve. And you're saying, oh, who's going to put the money? The right people with the right vision will put the right money. And I believe if it's something centralized, if it's a large body, if it's a huge organization with an ambition to put India on the global scale, they will be willing to pay whatever it takes to get the BIC back to racing homologation level. Does that mean the BIC is not ready for Formula One? Yes. Does that mean it's a horrible circuit? To whoever who says that, to whoever who calls it anything, I personally hold a grudge against you. It is a beautiful circuit. Just go drive a ride on that once. It just needs a little bit of tender love and care. The right people will be able to make it happen. And I hope, Kunal, the Adanis are those right people. Because it's clearly happening now.
It is clearly happening now because there were a lot of hush tones before, at least in the last couple of
Yes.
months, and now with Karan Adani's admission, and you need somebody with passion to drive the business. So what will Adani be looking at? Is the business of hosting a Grand Prix an interesting one? That's what they will be evaluating, because like you said, the both international circuit, it's all about rehomologating it. It's about bringing upgrades. It's not
Yeah.
had Formula One races since 2013. The standards of an FI grade circuit which can host Formula One have of course been, have of course evolved, and it's a matter of time and money to fix it. But the crucial part is the government support. So it's a mix of the government coming together, having a private promoter, having a very good circuit. All three of them seems to be there, and now a very loyal fan base. And Formula One themselves had said that it's almost, Formula One's got an 80 million fan base in India. So I think the time is right, and
Yeah.
we just have to see where it goes. But why don't we bring our discussions back to 2026? Because I'm going
Oh,
to
just
ask
in a
you
second. In one
yes.
second. By the way, cheap plug. It's for the company I work for. Still have to put it out there because I know you guys will love it. We are getting a Formula One car back to India. Watch the space. Watch at Red Bull India. Watch all your automotive platforms. Follow me. Follow Kunal. Follow Inside Line F1 podcast. We'll be there on ground to show you what happens when Karun Chando takes the 2012 RB8 around the BIC, and what happens when Howard Lindblad takes that car to the India Gate and drives it around. It's we are in a way somewhat part of it in some way,
What
Kunal.
do you mean part of it? You're the one who's driving it along with Red Bull. So that's the reason why getting hold of Soumil for the last 2 days has been difficult.
It's been
He's been
tricky, man.
busy with the Moto Jam, and then we've been preparing for the Australian Grand Prix and all the commentary duties and everything that's going to come along with it. But yes, very excited with the Moto Jam that Red Bull is putting together. Karun is driving, Arvid Lindblad is driving, and Soumil is driving the project along with some of the best people that Red Bull has had in their marketing teams and communication teams in India. So wish you all the best, Soumil. But
Oh yeah, I'll
talking,
be hosting Pen to Pit Lane and the Garage Tour. So more content comes from that on the Inside Line F1 podcast too. Watch the
okay.
space, guys. Should be
So
cool.
we've discussed our top bold predictions, P1 to P11. Um, some questions which are more topical. Last season's for which driver? For which drivers on the current grid? There are 22 drivers. Will the 2026 Formula One season be the last season? Possibly. Bold prediction. Let's go.
Not Fernando Alonso. No,
Go.
I will
Then
not. I will
Who?
not digest
Who?
that.
Who?
Lance Stroll.
Come on, give me a better answer than that. Okay, why don't we pick? Why don't we pick the suspects, the usual suspects, in no order? Could
Please
be
don't put Esteban Ocon just before you start. I hate interrupting, but if you put my beloved Esteban Ocon there, I will not buy it. He's a bully in the midfield. He must stay. He cannot leave.
you are the true ST bestie, right?
I love
But
him.
but just to pick a grudge with you, yes, I would put Esteban Ocon on that on that list. But let me make the list of drivers for who 2026 could be the last season in Formula One. Esteban Ocon.
No, rubbish.
Okay,
Absolutely.
one sec. You got heartbreak. I've got heartbreak as well. Nico Hulkenberg. I'm just putting him there.
Hey, didn't
The
he have a
third,
multi-year contract?
I mean, contracts are a piece of paper. Let's build the list. Lewis Hamilton. Let us put it there. I would even put Fernando Alonso there, unfortunately. Could 2027 be a season where there are just two world champions on the grid? Max Verstappen, Lando Norris.
God,
And the third one being George Russell or
God,
Charles Leclerc.
yes.
Okay. But building the list of drivers who 26 could be the last one, could it be Checo Perez or Valtteri Bottas? Because all they need is Colton Herta doing well in Formula 2 and getting super license points.
Who, by
Could
the
it
way, should not even be in Formula 2 because that's a separate story. Check out our YouTube shorts for more on that. But yeah, I agree.
oh,
Yeah, you could include one of Bottas or Perez in that list too. You're right.
I would also include both Pierre Gasly and Franco Colapinto in that list as well.
Forever. If you're driving for Flavio's team, you are going to be always in the worry about whether it's your last season or not. Oh, of course. Of
Then there
course.
is, I would put Liam Lawson in that as well.
Hmm. By
So
that logic, Arvid Lindblad too, because you never know. Like, it's tough to say this, and I love Arvid.
Uttara is saying, I do not like this question. Lewis Hamilton and Valtteri Bottas are barred from retiring forever. Okay, wow, that's interesting.
Yeah,
Who
they can
else?
take a sabbatical, like
Yeah.
Mika.
Could
Nice,
it?
nice old sabbatical.
Yeah. Could it be? I don't think it's Isaac Hadjar for sure. Okay, we built the list. So my list of drivers, my list. I don't know if this is Sommel's list, but my list of drivers for whom 2026 could be the very last season in Formula One. Ocon, Hulkenberg, Lawson, Perez, Bottas, Hamilton, Alonso, Gasly, Colapinto. Wow, that's.
And I'm happy because Kunal didn't say Esteban Ocon.
I
You
started with
did. You
Ocon.
started
Yeah,
with Ocon. I chose to not hear that. I
yeah.
don't. I don't
But
buy it. Esteban Ocon is.
Somil, on a serious note, if any of the, even if 10% of these names are actually impacted, 2027 will be a madly different grid for all of us.
Yeah, Alex Dunn is surely coming, right? Like, and what's his name? Is he Freddie Slater is that
Yeah,
what he's?
Freddie Slater with the Audi Junior team now. But
There's a very good chance
yeah,
Freddie Slater is coming too. I've
yeah.
only heard good things about this guy.
Okay.
Uh,
Last question before we go. I have to go make dinner, right?
okay.
And uh, Aston Martin at this moment clearly are struggling. We discussed at the start of the show that they may not even finish the Australian Grand Prix. Honda are working hard to get everything back on track, etc., etc. But by what race do you think, Soumil, will Aston Martin bounce back to being competitive?
Sorry. So here's where we go deeper. Bounce back to finish a race, bounce back to score a point,
Scoring
bounce back
points.
to get into Q2. What are we talking about? Scoring points. Okay. Progression. Progression. First, they need to finish a race. For that, we shall see. My target is what's the race after China? It's Bahrain, isn't it?
Yeah.
Uh, Bahrain. I'd say at least till then, they'll realize how to finish. After that, then it's a matter of getting out of Q2. And then I, I'm saying Aston Martin for the first time will score points in Las Vegas. Just put it out there. Like,
I get a
or
feeling.
Madrid, the Madrid, Fernando Alonso at the Madrid. Why not? That'll be dreams come true. But again, listen, notice how there's an undertone of no logic into what I say because I simply cannot find any right now with Aston Martin. Let's just see them finish a race first, and then
Yeah.
we'll
Praveen is
decide.
saying it would not surprise me if Aston Martin finished Australian Grand Prix. Well, they could finish it, but will they be classified? Classification means you need to finish 90% of the race. You could
Yeah,
still hence be 5, 6 laps down and you'll be considered as a finisher. Maybe they use these as test sessions.
you can finish the race. It just depends on whether you finish it with everyone else or not. You can finish it in 3 laps as well. You don't necessarily need to go to the checkered flag. They will finish. When 1.5 hours, 1 hour, 10 minutes, or 6 laps.
They will say we are using these as test sessions. But we have a lot of interesting questions which are very Australia specific, like how many
Yeah, we
cars will
should.
finish
Yeah,
the
yeah.
first race of the season, by how many seconds will the last team be to the pole sitter in Australia. But we will leave those questions for the preview of the Australian Grand Prix, right, Somal?
Yes, we should. When will that come out? Good question. Let's think on the fly. Let's try to do the next Monday or the next Tuesday. Like let's keep on coming at you. I'll also try to come at you guys from MotoJam and try to put some content there. So keep watching. With some really cool BTS stuff will be captured and put out on the Inside Line F1 podcast and my page. So keep following that, and we should be back. Yeah, I think we should do multiple chat sessions during the week, Kunal, because there's still a lot of stuff we haven't quite decoded that
Yeah.
I think we should really get down into, like battery and overtake mode and tactics and strategy and like the proper regulation changes. There's a lot. There's a lot.
There is Drive to Survive coming. Are you excited about Drive to Survive?
Oh yeah, I am because I'm going to be getting to see the Drive to Survive crew in a few days.
They're coming. The next season's crew is coming to the Moto Jam for tuning.
They
Wow!
are. They are.
But
Even
what
Ted
are the
Kravitz is coming.
even Ted
It's
Kravitz
really
is
good.
coming? Wow!
Yeah.
Tell me three. Tell me three storylines you're looking forward to from this season's Drive to Survive.
I am looking forward to seeing the McLaren team mood, especially after Austria, and how they've documented that. I am excited to see just how chill Max Verstappen was, and I am excited to see how Oliver Behrman whooped everybody's ass in the end of the season. What about you, Kunal? What's your top three storylines for this year's Drive to Survive?
My top three storylines that I'm looking forward to is Christian Horner. For the first time, he's going to get an audience, a very, very captive audience with Drive to Survive on Netflix. This is going to be his side of what is actually happened in the whole Red Bull sacking that's come, right? The second story, and hence, of course, with Christian Horner, I'm hoping Helmut Marko, but I don't believe Helmut Marko is really bothered about what Drive to Survive has done. Okay. The second story I'm looking forward to is Lewis Hamilton and, everything that he went through with Ferrari last year, his first season, especially the whole emotional angle where he said, I don't even know if I'm coming back. Again, we know Lewis in that moment would have used the opportunity to express more than what we just saw on live cameras. So again, maybe I'm indicating what humans love to consume. I'm talking of all the not so positive stories because of Horner sacking, Lewis Hamilton being downright. You mentioned, the McLaren drivers, the mood between them, but
Yeah.
I want to see the side of Williams. Like Prince has also said,
Mm.
how they resurrected themselves, the joy in that team with James Walls, Alex Albon, Chris, and Carlos Sainz, and having them explain why they could just focus on one driver at a time, because literally that's where they were stuck. It was either Albon scoring in the first half or Sainz scoring in the second half of the season. Any more stories? Anything else that you believe we should look forward to from Drive to Survive?
McLaren in Las Vegas. I want to see the inside story of the Las Vegas 2025 GP. I want to see exactly what was going down there and how long the discussions were and what they were talking about. Still a big mystery.
Yes, still big mystery. Prince is asking, do you guys have another channel to know? That's an easy mystery to answer. No, we don't. This is it. Soumil and I are always on the Inside Line F1 podcast everywhere. I use Twitter as my primary medium to reach out to the fans, and Soumil uses Instagram. So you
Exactly.
should follow us there as well. But Drive to Survive, we wouldn't get to do reactions because Soumil's going to be busy with Motor Jam. But we should look forward to what it does. Praveen is saying, I'm looking forward to seeing Hulkenberg's first podium on Drive to Survive. And that's
Yeah.
a great point because lots of first time podium sitters. There was Isaac Hadjar, right? There
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah,
Carlos
yeah, yeah.
Sainz
Carlos
with
Sainz,
Williams.
Williams, two time sort of.
Yeah,
He got
yeah.
the sprint podium as well. Nico Hulkenberg and Behrman wasn't there.
I'll tell you one more thing. I want to follow the whole wooing that Toto Wolff and Mercedes did of Max Verstappen.
Oh, will they show that?
They will talk
Will
about
they?
it. They will talk about it most
Don't.
definitely.
Don't
I
talk
want to see
about
Max
it. It's a
Verstappen in
mystery.
a towel on Toto Wolff's boat in
And
Sardinia.
that's a good time to end the episode, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching the Inside Line F1. We're not talking about Max Verstappen in a towel in any case. Time to call it. Kunal, I should relieve you for dinner duties. Clearly, you're
Thank you.
hungry. Hunger does crazy things to people. But no, seriously, thank you for following us along, guys. Prince, Praveen, Uttara has been along over there in this episode as well. I think Persiv was there, Rishabh.
Rishabh.
Yeah, Sadhna was there as always. As now we can say Ankita as well, Sarika as well. Guys, thank you. We'll be back soon. More content coming in very quickly. Follow us on our personal pages and most importantly, here on the Inside Line F1 podcast because that is where all of our Formula One chatter will be. And yes, catch you in a bit. Take care, guys. Bye bye.